Okay, so I've got my work torch up there, look. Fantastic torch. And what I've got to do here, I could do it being angled like that, so it's really shining here, look. Oh, squeeze around the bike. So that distance there is too much for my hand. I mean, it's the wrong hand, but when my hand's around that bar, I'm literally grabbing the clutch with the fingertips. And I hope this adjustment here, you can see, it's actually moving the bar further away for me to grab if I use the right hand, and I was hoping that would bring it closer. So examining here, you can hopefully see there's the notches on this round wheel that allow this to come further in. So hope the light's not too bright, just turn it down a minute. There we go. So there's 6 settings on here. So if I bring that in now to number 1, just take a bit of pressure off. So that's took a few off. There we are. That's the bottom one. So the 2 ways that I was thinking about adjusting this was one. Oh, I need to tidy up in this garage and move some stuff again. One is that middle black piece there, you can see. Point the camera to it as well. Try and hold the torch at the same time. Look, this bit, I can either file the groove deeper in there, or I thought the piece that sticks out here, if I can bring it around again. Sorry, I'm juggling. I ain't got the right light in here, and I can't use those because they did really affect the camera last time. It had a weird effect. So that little bit there, you see, that sticks out here, there, I could file that off. And then I thought, hang on a minute, if I do that and it comes back too far, when I come to click this wheel round like that, as you can hopefully see there, when you click that wheel round, look, and see that then won't engage with this part at all. So the only option I can think of at the minute is that first groove there. I've got to file it deeper, so I need to take this piece out, file it deeper, which will allow that to drop in. So when that is on number 1, you can see I've got this bit of clearance here, this gap, that will close up fully, and I'll just have to see how far that brings this handlebar, this clutch lever back in, and if that works. If not, plan B is to obviously file that deeper, and then I'm going to have to file, which will be awkward, this shoulder here, top and bottom, to allow this lever to come in on it. And it's what makes it awkward is because it's not just a straight line, so I can't just sit a file on it and work my way back in. It's got this round bit here. I probably could just file that off, because I am customizing it how it's made to how I need it to actually work, because I'll show you when I've got my palm of my hand here, look, and my fingertips are just on the edge of there. I'd have liked it if the clutch was almost there, so I got more of my fingers on. Sorry, I'll show you. I'd like it if the clutch was there, so I got more of my fingers on. But when I'm riding it, I'm not on the top of it like that, holding on my thumb to get a good grip. I'm back here. So it literally is fingertips on the lever, and I'd like it to be a bit more, so I've got a bit more comfortable feel to pull that clutch in. So I'll see what I can do. I'll work with it, and then I'll get back to you. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, I've removed everything out of there now. I just get my little torch. Oh, actually, I didn't notice that, and a good job I haven't lost that. Just at the bottom there, you can see a ball bearing. If I shine the light to the side, there, look, see? I'll just be careful not to lose that, because at the top as well, there's another spring you can just make out. And obviously I took the ball bearing out of that because it moved, and that let me get this right. So that's the top piece, which has got gearing on. That's the bottom piece, which has got gearing on. Then you've got your middle piece, which is the piece that I've got to alter that first groove there and file it in a lot more. So then if I find that that's too much, I'll probably file the second one a bit and then maybe leave the third where it is, so I've got some adjustment. Then I've got to assemble these pieces back into there. Well, what I'll do is I'll just set them all to the first notch and then it'll all be accurate. So yeah, just got to bear in mind I don't lose that ball bearing. Whether I grab that now, I probably will, and then put some grease on it for when I assemble it, and then give it a try. But where the handlebar is now, with that gap fully enclosed, there look, there was a gap there before, now it's enclosed, it does feel a lot better. I've sat on the bike, hold the touch with my chin, and when I've sat on the bike where I will be naturally, it feels better pulling it in. But there's only a short amount of pull. You can see the angle of that bar, look, it could have done with being, I don't know, come out a bit more, so that when you pulled it in, it would pull more. So I'm just hoping when I file that and adjust that, so this is where the handlebar sits, that there's plenty of pull on there to disengage the clutch to change gear. If not, I can always click it one and it'll bring that out. So I'll try that. So stood here filing, I didn't realise aluminium dust is falling everywhere, and you just see it just sparkling all over my camera bloody bag. Should have shut the bag or moved the bag. But this is what I've done with a round file and a half moon file. You can see I've filed those first two teeth in deeper, so that'll bring the handlebar back closer to me, and then when I adjust it, it'll bring it further away if it's too much. So I could find that the second one is actually where I want it if the first one's too deep. I put it in, but didn't assemble it fully with the screw through it and everything, and it seemed like it was okay. But then when I sort of moved it so the hole was right in the middle, I'll show you what I mean over here. The hole was right in the middle of there. It looked like it would possibly hold the handlebar out a bit, so I filed it a bit more. So I'm going to give it a try now. Put it all together. I can just see a little ridge in that aluminium, that first filing. So I'll take that out, and then I'll put it all together and try it, and then I'll get some grease on it as well. And then that should be it. That should be the fix for these £40 handle grips from eBay. And the bag there, look, says eBay on. Well, I'm not going to tell you the seller. Lots of people sell them. So it's just a Chinese part that he's got hold of and reselling. So, alright, I'll keep you posted. Okay, back again. And it's all done. It's all done. So, let me just grab my torch. So I hope you can see now that it's too much light. There we are. At this top, I need 4 pair of hands. That this top round ring, which has quite a wide part on it, same as the centerpiece that was filing, is now touching the other black metal piece. Obviously on one setting, move it out, on the other settings it'll clear it. And I've sat on the bike and it feels a lot better. Now what I'm also wondering to do is whether I'd come round this, oops, kicking hell out the garage door. You can see the gap there. Oh, is that on? There we go. I'm thinking that feels like that one needs doing. It probably doesn't now. If I put it onto one, that'll probably feel okay. Yeah, it's dust off my hands because I've just took my rubber gloves off, because obviously I greased that part when I put it back in. Then I didn't want to be putting grease all over the handlebars if I'm going to go out in a minute and put some fuel in this. So I thought that would muck at first, but yeah, it's not. It's the coating I'll show you that way. Yeah, the coating's come off the aluminium a bit, which I noticed it has on the bottom of the engine casing. Too much light. Just try and get the light in the right place. There where you can see that. And it has down here as well. Yeah, didn't notice that. But at the end of the day, it is a 10-year-old bike. It's had 3 owners. It's only done just over 9,000 miles. And from the condition of the bike, I do believe it has spent most of its life inside. But yeah, now I've got it home and I'm looking at it and that, you can see age-related marks on it. You know, it's done 9,000 miles, which isn't a lot. It's a 10-year-old bike. And the price, $3,299. Obviously, that's from a dealership. If I got it private, I probably could have got it for, I don't know, 2,800, 2,900 maybe. There was one for sale in Mansfield, but the bloke was a time waster. Put it up for sale on Facebook, stopped messaging me, wouldn't message my wife, and eventually said that, oh, I'm not sure whether I want to sell it. And his bike was 1 year newer, 2013. I think it done more miles. It got a few more custom parts on it, and he wanted 2,800 and something. So yeah, not really a bad price, really. You know, I mean, it's not gone down sliding down the road. There's no marks on the plastic work, the engine. I mean, I used this torch when I went to have a look at it, and I got on the floor and I was looking underneath and everywhere. Probably what I might do in a minute before I go out is just put some silicone spray up here. Well, actually, it looks like they've done something like that, but I'd go a bit further up there with it. So I'm going to do that next, get my coat, and go and fill her up. So thanks for watching my little video of how to customise your custom levers if they don't give you the movement that you want. So that was obviously an easy fix by just filing that barrel and rebuilding it all. I don't know whether I said it, and I was going to, but that bottom ball bearing that I left there, when I come to reassemble it, it actually dropped out. But luckily, I've got this carpet, and without even putting the torch on, I found it. So I put a bit of grease on the ball bearing before I put it in, and it stuck there while I reassembled it. So obviously, just to recap, if that didn't work or wasn't enough, I would have to take this part off, taking all the cable and everything off. Well, actually, the cable is in that piece, the second piece of the adjustable lever. So basically, take it all off, strip it down. I could leave that where it was once I've adjusted that first time and it didn't work. Then take this one out, which it's got your spring in here. So just be careful not to lose any of them bits. And then you could file all that, and then you'd probably end up having to refile this. And so I'm really glad just by doing that little modification that it's worked. So, alright, great stuff. Thanks for watching.